Hi, Brett Douglas here with another video for you tonight. Tonight's video is going to be about a feud between Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey and the former mayor of Newark, New Jersey, and the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kirstjen Nielson. They were in a feud over ShitHole, a statement that either Donald Trump made or didn't make. That's irrelevant to what was going on. Cory Booker, the senator from New Jersey, acted like a madman. He yelled and made pretty much a fool of himself to the whole world. He was very unprofessional. Kirstjen Nielson acted appropriately. She refused to answer a question more than once. She gives an answer a few times. They kept badgering about that, that shithole statement about Haiti. As far as I'm concerned, Haiti is a shithole. It shouldn't have been said if it was anyways, but like I said, that's irrelevant to what this video is going to be about. Dick Durbin, who's known to have been stretching truth a little bit about his meetings, said that Donald Trump called people that come from Africa, people from shithole countries, refugees. We all know he's against immigration. This meeting was private. It was 6 people in the Oval Office, 5 Republicans, 1 Democrat, Dick Durbin, and Durbin. I'm not sure if it's Dick Durbin or not. It's Durbin anyways. But and Cory Booker wasn't even in there. And Kirstjen Nielson admitted she came there late, and she said she didn't recall it. So when people say they don't recall, it kind of means it could have happened. But Durbin wasn't supposed to be, commenting on this, going to the mainstream media, the fake news, and saying this anyways. When people are behind closed doors, it was supposed to be private. Now I'll go into when, in Congress, when it was brought up under oath, and Kirstjen Nielson, the Secretary of Homeland Security, said that, she didn't recall it, and she didn't want to repeat the same answer, because that when they do that, Congress is sneaky like that. They try to have the person repeat it, and then they say that, oh, well, previously you said it this way. So she's smart. She said she answered it once and didn't want to do it again. And that's when Cory Booker went off, acted like a fool, and said, you have to say this over again. Don't you realize how inappropriate that is? He's the president. He's not supposed to be talking that way. But he did it in a very angry tone. So, now I'm going to talk about a little bit about Cory Booker. Cory Booker is very liberal, but I refuse to, insult this man too much. He's a black senator from New Jersey, because of his background a little bit. Although I do not like his politics at all, I have to have a lot of respect for the man. Because when Newark, New Jersey, if people do any background on this man, he really took a bite out of crime in that city. He brought the crime down to the level it was, I believe they said, from 1959, and this was 2006, over like 45 years. He brought the crime down to the statistics from 1959. It had a lot of crime after the turn of the century, and he went in there in a couple of years. He brought the crime level down to the way it was in 1959. Of course, the way he did it with the political spending, the way the Democrats do it, I'm sure he increased the police and all kinds, free housing and all that stuff. There's also stories about him going into houses and rescuing people while he was mayor, and shoveling driveways while he was mayor too. So that's why I do have a lot of respect for this man, even though I don't like his politics. So I wasn't really surprised to hear this. So I knew kind of, his liberal agenda that he would try to. He really, you could tell, does not like Trump. So that's that there. But I'm going to Kirstjen Nielson. I like her too because I was pretty impressed with the way she handled herself, especially since she's pretty new at this too. So that's something I was very surprised to hear about that. But the shithole statement it's backfiring on the liberals. It's not working because pretty much everybody knows Haiti is a shithole. Sad but true. And I believe in the merit system. And I hope that goes through. We don't really need more servants in this country. We need quality people. And when the economy's not the greatest, it isn't really the time to be taking in a lot of refugees. I've said in previous videos on my thoughts on immigration. So, and it still stands. I really don't think we need immigration in this country. Some statistics say, articles, I can't really back them up too much, but there's another thing to look at too. Some people say it's better just to aid them in the countries they're in, so they can help the country that they were born and raised in. But I'll go over just quickly to some of the background on a few of these people. I don't want to make too much of that paper noise. I remember it from my last video. It sounded terrible. So I'll try to hold the paper separate here without any noise. Kirstjen Nielson, her date of birth was May 14th, 1972, age 45. She's an attorney, if that's relevant to anybody. And she's only the 6th Secretary of Homeland Security. That's kind of a new position from George W. Bush. And Cory Booker isn't too much older. He was born April 27th, 1969. He's age 48. And this is the part where I have respect for him. He was a very good mayor, as far as I'm concerned, of Newark, New Jersey. Even though his approval rating wasn't really the highest, he did a lot of good things. I believe, though, you'll find out the approval rating wasn't the highest because I believe it even went down to the high 30s for a while. Because of his spending, I'm sure that was the reason. That's typical of the Democrats. But when I say in the high 30s, that was the satisfaction. The actual, some of the surveys say that whether or not they liked the man, only about 6 or 7% said they disliked him. So he did a good job there. With that, when crime was that high and he lowered it that well, you're considered a good mayor. But as a senator, I do not like him at all. I don't like really any of the liberal senators. I don't like that Flake, the Lindsey Graham, are two bad Republican ones. So it isn't just I don't really like too many of the senators at all, to tell you the truth. There's a lot of problems in Congress. So people say that, Trump may have a low approval rating, but Congress, I'm sure, is even lower. So that's about it for that. But there was also another thing, too. They had the fake news awards. I was originally going to do the video on that, and I changed it at the last minute because it wasn't too exciting. I liked the list. People could see that online. It was, Paul Krugman was the winner. He's the one that said that the winner of the fake news award, number 1. It was like 10 awards, 10 different levels, whatever. You could see the list online. But he was the one that said that the economy would be terrible when Trump became president, and it would never recover. and obviously it's been getting better. So, but I didn't do the video because I was a little disappointed. I was hoping he would make it out to the public. Instead, he just put out written statements. Maybe he'll give out awards or something later in the week or early next week. Find out, but that was a little bit of a disappointment for me. So that's it for now anyways. I'll talk to you guys later. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.